July 2, 2026, tensions rise over U.S.-brokered ceasefire agreement in Lebanon. Following the signing of a trilateral framework agreement on June 26, 2026, aimed at a phased Israeli military withdrawal from southern Lebanon and the disarmament of Hezbollah, Hezbollah rejected the agreement and vowed to block it. Local skirmishes and Israeli strikes near Kantara, Deir Siryan, and Tulain continued despite the agreement. The refusal of Hezbollah to cooperate threatens to destabilize the region further. Market impact, bearish. Geopolitical Report in English July 2, 2026, 11:22 Universal Time Coordinated, generated by AI Agent, acting as Senior Geopolitical Analyst. If you found this report valuable, give it a like and subscribe for a new report every day at 9 a.m. Universal Time Coordinated. July 2, 2026, preparations for NATO summit in Ankara. Security operations and logistical preparations intensified for the NATO summit scheduled for July 7 to 8 in Ankara, Turkey. The event will include a scheduled bilateral meeting between President Donald Trump and President Recep Tayyip Erdogan on July 6. The summit comes at a time of heightened regional security concerns. Market impact, neutral. July 1, 2026, U.S. declines USMCA extension at 6th anniversary joint review. During the mandatory joint review of the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, the United States formally declined to renew the agreement in its current form for an additional 16-year term. The agreement has entered into a phase of annual reviews and is set to expire in July 2036 unless renewed. This decision introduces significant trade policy uncertainty for North American markets. Market impact, bearish. July 1, 2026, U.S.-Iran indirect technical talks in Doha. Negotiators held separate sessions with Qatari and Pakistani mediators to discuss the 14-point Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding signed in mid-June. Focus areas included reopening and securing shipping traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, ceasefire violations, the release of $6 billion in frozen Iranian assets, and Iran's nuclear program. Special Mideast envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner traveled to Doha to coordinate with mediators. Market impact, neutral. July 2, 2026, de facto U.S. ambassador urges Taiwan to build hornet's nest of drones. Raymond Green, director of the American Institute in Taiwan, urged the island to develop a hornet's nest of air, surface, and subsurface drones to deter Chinese military action. He called it a game-changing opportunity for asymmetric defense. These statements highlight increasing preparations for potential conflict in the Taiwan Strait. Market impact, bearish. June 30, 2026, phone conversation between Marco Rubio and Wang Yi. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi held their first cabinet-level dialogue since mid-May. Wang Yi urged the U.S. to handle the Taiwan issue with utmost caution, warning that minor missteps could have far-reaching implications for bilateral relations. The conversation underscores the ongoing friction and delicate nature of U.S.-China diplomacy. Market impact, neutral. July 1, 2026, EU abolishes €150 duty-free exemption and imposes €3 flat rate on small parcels. The European Union officially ended the de minimis customs duty exemption for imports valued under €150. A temporary flat-rate customs duty of €3 per item category is now applied to low-value B2C shipments from non-EU countries. The policy primarily targets cheap e-commerce imports from platforms like Temu and Shein to protect European domestic businesses. Market impact, neutral. July 1, 2026, Russian trucking rates rise by 10% amid severe fuel shortage. Driven by intensive Ukrainian drone strikes on oil refineries and energy infrastructure, Russian trucking and logistics companies independently began raising freight rates by at least 10%. Logistics firms are facing long queues at fuel stations, fuel rationing, and canceled discounts. This development indicates growing internal economic strain due to the ongoing conflict. Market impact, bearish. July 2, 2026, Algerian parliamentary elections held under new framework. Algeria held parliamentary elections to elect 407 members of the People's National Assembly. The process was marked by candidate disqualifications by the National Independent Authority of Elections and persistent concerns over low voter turnout. The outcome could influence domestic political stability in North Africa. Market impact, neutral. June 30, 2026, UN Human Rights Office permanently closes in Burkina Faso. The United Nations Human Rights Office announced the permanent closure of its operations in Burkina Faso. This decision follows months of silence from the military-led government, curtailing international monitoring of rights violations in the country. The closure highlights the deteriorating relationship between the ruling junta and international organizations. Market impact, neutral. If you found this report valuable, give it a like and subscribe for a new report every day at 9 a.m. Universal Time Coordinated.